Greetings, strong, vital, extroverted Aries. My name is Eliane Nicole. I'm an astrologer and tarot card reader, and now I'm going to do the October 2020 tarot and astrology overview for the sign of Aries. I am going to do a tarot layout in the first half of the video. Second half of the video, I'm going to talk about some of the planetary transits for October, not all of them. There's way too much going on in the October sky. It is the most dynamic month, probably of the entire year so far. And so I definitely recommend that you contact me for your own personal reading, and also follow me on Instagram at astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole, because there I'm doing daily and weekly updates on what's going on with the planets and the stars, and these videos would end up being an hour long for each sign if I really talked about the whole month at length. So as we enter the month of October, Aries, we see a man, and he is an honest man. He seems honest and sincere. And we see a woman who's she's either emotional, she may be falling out of love, she may be obsessing about love, something like that. And crossed by strength. And October is calling for a lot of strength from the sign of Aries. And the basis of the situation is the Eight of Cups reversed. So it looks like there's going to be a meeting or reunion of some kind in the first couple of weeks of the month. What's leaving is the Eight of Pentacles reversed, a time of not working. What could come into being is the King of Wands reversed. This is a man who isn't taking action right now. What could come into being is the Knight of Pentacles. There's a delay in a business proposal or a financial proposal. Fears or insecurities has to do with a fiery woman. It could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or just a woman who inhabits those qualities, those fiery qualities. Others see was the Ten of Wands reversed, like you're releasing your burdens, dropping your load, lessening your to-do list perhaps. Your positive feelings are about the Chariot. This might be an actual trip or journey towards the end of the month, but it might be more figurative, that you're just very happy about moving forward in life. And then the outcome is the Eight of Swords. At the end of the month, you look like you are feeling a little bit trapped. And this could be more of a mental thing than a physical thing. But sometimes this can manifest in a physical way as well. And like I said, I can't get into all of the transits of October because there's so much going on. It's such a dynamic month. If you've been following me, you know that September 9th to November 13th is the hottest, most heated, intense part of 2020, an already very intense year. And a large part of that is because of Mars retrograde in Aries. All year we've been dealing with Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn together in Capricorn, and that has been a big part of what has characterized all of the things about 2020 that make 2020 2020. You know, the pandemic, systems collapsing, you know, all of this kind of stuff is you know, signaled by that Capricorn thing. But now that Mars is retrograde, he's having a conversation with those planets, and so it's upping the ante of what we've been dealing with already. Of the things that I do want to mention to Aries before I go about the month of October is that it's Libra season. And so during Libra season, anytime there are planets in Libra, they're opposing your sun, Aries, or if you have an Aries moon, they're opposing your moon. If you have an Aries rising, it's opposing your rising. But either way, there's this opposite energy happening where there's just so much to learn. It's probably, you know, the learningest time of the year is Libra season. And this Libra season is even more so than others because it's 2020 and everything is just a little bit more extreme this year. And so the full moon on October 1st, Aries, is in your first house, and that's the house of the self. And so this is going to bring illumination around possibly issues around your body or health, issues around your identity, issues around your sense of self, you know, your overall vibration. It could be your physical appearance. Things like this with the full moon in the first house. These kind of issues are going to be illuminated right off the top of the month. The other thing about this full moon is that it's going to end up conjuncting all of the planets in Aries, which is Chiron, Eris, Lilith, and Mars. And so this is very fiery, very passionate. It could be inflammatory, and also it's going to be squaring all the planets in Capricorn. So that's Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. So, there's huge opportunities for growth and expansion, but there's also going to be some limits and restrictions and boundaries, and it's just a very dynamic, intense full moon. Also, the good news is that it's trine Vesta, and it's also trine the South Node. So I think Aries is, you were going to be getting some clarity around what it is that keeps your inner flame burning and how you are going to devote yourself to that. October 2nd, Venus moves into Virgo, where it will be until October 27th. For Aries, that will be transiting your 6th house of health. It's also the house of work in your daily routine. Venus usually brings grace, good luck. Venus beautifies and brings love to the area of the house that it's traveling through. So that's good regarding your health. October 4th, Pluto goes direct, and that's going to be in your 10th house of career. And Pluto, right before it goes direct, it's forming a quincunx the day before with the transiting North Node. And that is bringing together your 10th house and your 3rd house. And so it looks like an adjustment needs to be made somewhere between, finding your voice perhaps as it relates to your career or your calling in life. And in general, Pluto direct is going to start loosening up some of that energy in your house of career and vocation that's been stopped up all year while the whole Capricorn crew has been retrograde. In Capricorn, they've been retrograde for the past few months, and now Pallas Athene went direct September 5th, Jupiter went direct September 12th, and Saturn went direct September 28th. I'm losing my train of thought. I have so many numbers and aspects and things going on in my head. But what I do want to say is that, the new moon of Libra is October 16th. New moons are a great time to set intentions that you want to see manifest in the world. And the Libra new moon in particular is so beautiful because it's a very romantic new moon. It's all about love, romance, marriage. It's also about art and beauty. It's also about justice. And so we can set intentions around all of those things at this new moon. And it will really be supported by the cosmos. And let's see, October 22nd, the sun moves into Scorpio. Vesta moves into Virgo, and they're forming a sextile. So again, it's bringing back this theme of connecting to what it is that keeps our inner flame burning, what it is, that keeps us alive, and for many this can be a creative outlet, for some it can be a spiritual outlet, for some it's what they do for work, but these are things that are going to be coming up for Aries a lot in October. And Venus, and there's so many aspects, and I haven't even told you yet. That's why I really highly recommend getting a reading. October 27th, both Venus and Mercury move into Libra. Again, this is all in your house of marriage and your house of relationships. So there's a big focus there for Aries during Libra season. It's all about, the house of yourself, the house of your marriage or relationship, and the house of your career or your calling in life. those are very activated planets in the month, houses in the month of October for Aries. And then finally, at the end of the month is the blue moon in Taurus. And you've heard the term once in a blue moon because blue moons are so rare. And this particular blue moon is conjunct Uranus, the planet of surprises and the unexpected. So we're really breathing rarefied air at the end of October. And there seems to be a big surprise. There's a couple of surprises in October. And because October 7th, Mercury in Scorpio is opposing Uranus in Taurus. And for Aries, that's bringing together your second house and your 8th house. So this is the house of your finances and the house of your partner or spouse's finances, or it could just be other people in general's finances. So the 8th house is like, yes, we look at it for your spouse's income, but we also look at it for wills, inheritances, alimony, settlements, debts, loans, investors, anything like that. So there's going to be surprise news, surprise information regarding that area of your life around the 7th. And then at the end of the month, that full moon in Taurus is definitely bringing a surprise to that second house of money and resources for Aries. So that is going to be the overview. There's so much more to say. And so I highly encourage you, again, to contact me for your own reading or to follow me on Instagram at astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole. This Mars retrograde has put so much on my to-do list that I can't have all these videos be 20 minutes and go through every single aspect with every single sign. But it is a very dynamic month. It's a very exciting month. Mars is still retrograde in your sign, Aries. We still need to watch our reactive nature. We still need to be aware of how we're channeling our anger. Throughout the month, Mars squares Pluto, Mars squares Jupiter, and Mars squares Saturn. So this is explosive, it's fiery, it's passionate. Mars wants to go, Saturn's putting up limits. It brings in the police, it brings in the military, and all of those kinds of things for the collective. But for us individually, it's like, what is worth fighting for in our lives? That is really what the Mars retrograde season is inviting us to answer. And Aries, that's it for now. I hope that you have a wonderful October. And please hit the like button if you liked the video. If you didn't like it, give me a don't like. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And please share this video with other Aries.